collectors, and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at the DX Western Combo and Kung Fu Combo set full action version from Zyuden Sentai Kyoryuger. So this is one that I've been really excited for a while. If you guys saw my review of the full action version Kyoryuger, I was a huge fan of that, and I was hoping that they would do more, and finally it was announced. They went up for pre-order on Premium Bandai, and I had to get one immediately. So on this side we have the Western Combo with Parasaigun and Zakutoru. Over here on this side we can see the Kung Fu Combo with Bunpaki and Ankidon. So I'm really excited for this. I mean, I thought this box was a little small to have all four of them, but then I remembered that, you know, the arms for the full action version are pretty small, so having four of these in this box is probably not too much of a stretch, so we'll see how it goes. But really cool packaging. I think it's really neat to have, you know, one combo on each side. I think that looks pretty cool. Over here on this side shows you, of course, how you can attach them, and they do also work with the Tobaspino that's going to be coming out later this year, I think in December. Over here we have the Kung Fu Combo, again, also compatible with the Tobaspino there. Not really much on the bottom, just your usual warnings and whatnot, and then we have the team up here, and then we have our QR code for the manual. So I'm pretty excited for this. I'm going to go ahead, get everything out of the box, and then we'll take a closer look. So here are our four new Dino Buddies out of the packaging here. They look pretty good. Honestly, we'll start over here with Parasaigun. Really nice paint applications. You have the yellow, all of the silver, all of that looks good. Now, these do not have any spring-loaded gimmicks or anything like this. They don't fit any Jidenchi like the other ones from the full action set didn't. So for Parasaigun here, you just have the mouth kind of hinge open, and there's the connection there to connect to Gabutira, or you could even use the black and gold set for Gabutira, or of course the forthcoming Tobaspino. The arms only have one bit of movement, and that's here, so they can kind of swivel. They do not have a secondary joint down here like the originals did. Same for the legs. There's just one point of movement, and that's here at the top. This bottom part does not move like the original toy did. And then because there are no spring-loaded gimmicks to open the tail, you literally just slide this section down. But it works. I mean, you see the gun barrel in there, painted red, looking very good. I have no problem with that. And then you just slide it closed if you want. So pretty basic in terms of functionality, articulation, but they do look really good. Next up we have Zakutoru. Again, similar thing, you just have the mouth open like that, so you can't do any kind of like normal mouth opening and closing to make it look like, you know, maybe the dinosaur is just opening or closing its mouth. It can only really, I mean, I guess technically you could try to just have it go down a little bit, but it's going to spring back. Same 2 points of articulation on each side, but again, really nice silver paint and the yellow paint. And then for this section here, you just kind of pull these apart ever so slightly like that, and that's about as much as it will open up. It was kind of funny when I first opened this up out of the packaging, I guess because of the yellow paint. It was a little sticky, but it did eventually unstick, and then they just open up about that far. Next up for Bunpaki, we have a really nice actual metal chain, which is nice. And you can kind of lay it in a little track here, which I think is cool. So it kind of gives it a nice place to rest in Dino mode. But of course, this just kind of unpops from the head. It's just kind of clipped on there. You can see the two clips just kind of clip on the two sides of the hard hat. And then you just unclip it there. And then you just bring this out. And for some reason, the directions tell you not to push this all the way up like this, but to keep it down like this. I don't know why you would bunch it up, or maybe they're talking about when you connect it to the head. I don't know, but either way, you want it to be out like that. But a really nice metal chain. I think that works really well and looks good. And of course, this little section can move around as well. Head looks pretty good. Again, mouth opens in one giant movement there. And then you have the same articulation. But again, nice paint applications, and I think it works. So we'll bring this back around and clip this on, and then just kind of lay the chain in that little area. And it looks pretty good. And then the only one in this set to have a different mold as these three, we have Ankidon here. Nice yellow paint on the side. You have this nice kind of gray plastic up top of here. You just take the hammer, bring it around, and then that will clip into place, kind of snaps in there. These pieces almost look like they move, and like this feels like it pulls away, and apparently this can disconnect like this. So there is a clip in there, so if for some reason you wanted to disconnect this section, you can. I don't know why you would want to, But if you're worried about that being a little loose, it's because it does unclip, so it's nothing to worry about there. And then this one actually opens up to the top like this, just like Stagochi and Drysera. And then we just put this back around and clip that into place. So yeah, pretty basic functionality, really not much articulation for this mold. Like I said, like we saw with the other two previously, really just the mouth can open and close, and this moves around. The legs really don't move at all. They're just molded on there. But still, very neat. I think it's a good looking set. Very happy to have these. I mean, I'm still holding out hope that maybe we'll get a Terragordon or some of the others, but I kind of don't think so. I think this is probably it after Tobaspino comes out. Because again, they only had to make one mold for this set and then tweak it 3 times. This was made out of the old mold, and Tobaspino is just made out of Gabutira, so not too much more they had to invest. And also, as we get further and further away from the 10th anniversary, you know, the hype is kind of dying down. But I am glad that this set made it out, because it is pretty cool, and we can do some really fun combos. So let's go ahead and bring in Gabutira so we can do Kyoryuger in a couple of different sets here. So before we get into the transformations, I just wanted to do one kind of group shot with all the Judenryu that we have so far. So this is all 7, again, not counting the black and gold repaints, but all 7 that we have so far. Eventually we will get that Tobaspino. Unfortunately, I think that'll probably be it, but still really happy for the ones that we got. Alright, so we got Gabutira transformed and ready. We will start here with Parasaigon. We are just going to rotate the legs all the way around, and they'll stop about there. You can bring this back. Now, unfortunately, the yellow line doesn't quite meet like it did on the original toy, but you get pretty close. Spin this around on the other side and then pop this back, and then we are just going to pop this section down like so, and then we are going to drop down this section of the tail to open up the laser, and then we are just going to connect this in. There we go. Sit this at whatever angle we like, and then we're going to do pretty much exactly the same here with Zakutoru. Bring this around, bring this in, bring this around, pop that down, pop this open, and then we're going to just open up the tail a little bit and then connect this in. And there we go. We have Kyoryuger Western. Looking very good. Of course, now that we have all this articulation, we can move these arms around, whatever we like to do with the gun there. And of course, then we have the claws over here on this side. Bring this around. I do miss the days of popping in the batteries and getting the sounds and the combo songs and all that kind of stuff. That's something the original toy did. That was always a lot of fun. But this one's made for posability, so of course we're not going to have any of that. But it definitely looks good. I like having the extra set of arms. I love that they gave us this set. These just look really, really fun. Alright, so next up we will take Ankidon, pop this down, and click that into place, and then just open up that and connect that right on there. But before we get to Kung Fu, there's actually another form we can do. Pop this open, pop this down, and pop this open, and connect Drysera, and we have Kyoryuger Macho. Very cool, looks fantastic. I love seeing the hammer here. We can move this around. Got the drill there. Really great looking form. I love these two colors together. I think it looks really good. So yeah, don't forget about Kyoryuger Macho. And then, of course, leaving Ankidon connected, we are going to grab the helmet off of Bunpaki and let that hang down while we move the legs around and click the arms down into place. Flip that around, flip that down, flip this open, and then connect this. And there we go. We have Kyoryuger Kung Fu with that hammer for Ankidon, and then we have the ball and chain here. We can utilize the elbow to bring this around. Very cool. I love seeing this. I just love being able to do more combos. I think it's so fun that we got this set, and they all look fantastic. That just looks really, really cool. I think this is a really great set. Honestly, I'm really happy we got more in the full action line. I was such a fan of the Kyoryuger that they did, and I was really hoping for more. I think this one was kind of a slam dunk because they only had to make one mold and then tweak it 3 times, and then Ankidan's just made out of the mold they already did for Stagochi and Drysera. So it made absolute sense to me for them to do this, and so I'm definitely glad that they went ahead and did it. They're great. I mean, the original toys did have the charm of the spring-loaded gimmicks by putting the Judenchi in, and then actually putting the Judenchi and Gabutira in a certain order and having it play the jingles for the different forms. That was a lot of fun, and I still really miss that, but I totally understand why that's not here. You know, they had to kind of take the electronics out to be able to give us that level of posability, and it's really great. I mean, that is one thing that this version, the full-action version, has going for it, is that the posability is just absolutely top-notch, and I absolutely love it. So if you had the original toys, but maybe they're not holding up as well, starting to degrade, I know a lot of people are having trouble with the clips and everything over time, or if you just were never able to get the originals and you're looking for something, I think this is a really viable alternative. It's a really great set of figures here. And while I do really miss all the electronics and the fun that the original toy had, I think the trade-off for the really fantastic posability is equally fun. And if you, like I said, if you just for whatever reason want to upgrade, or if you just want to have both versions, or if you're never able to get the original version, I think this is definitely one to check out. I'm really happy with it. I can't wait for Tobaspino. I'm still living in my delusional world where I'm holding out hope for Terragordon. I know it's not going to happen, but I still just want to pretend that maybe there's a shot. I don't think Plesion is ever going to happen, or Bragigas, but maybe Terragordon could happen. Maybe. Probably not, but maybe. We'll see how it goes. But in the meantime, if it turns out that this set and Tobaspino plus the original set is all that we get, I'm very happy, and I think these are definitely worth checking out. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks so much for watching.